what's going on? This is Carlo with 4GQ TV's MCU After Show, and I have Paris, our co host, with us. And we have a very, very special guest. Megan is with us today, and she is an amazing artist that has done work in different kinds of comics. And it's just awesome to be able to talk to her. Megan, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
So I'm a Canadian comic illustrator. And I've been doing it professionally for like 6 years. I'm not sure. I don't even know anymore. It's been so long. And yeah, I worked for Dark Horse, IDW, a little bit for Image, Action Lab when they were still a publisher, and Oni Press as well. So yeah, it's a little bit.
That's
Nice.
awesome. How
Yeah,
did
thank
you
you.
get started? Because I mean, I hear that sometimes it's hard to break into the industry, and you have to have like a passion that's almost persistent to be able to break in the door.
No, that's pretty accurate actually. I like yeah, like that's kind of dead on for me. I um attended portfolio reviews at my local con, like the we have Fan Expo in Toronto here, and I just kept showing editors my work, and I showed like a family friend. So I think Will Sliney, like I could technically call him a family friend, like my work, and he gave me feedback, and
Mhm.
um eventually, after like hustling like a bunch, I got my first like gig with Action Lab actually, and from there, like it snowballed into more, which I'm pretty happy about. um so yeah, I think that's more or less how I got started. It was just like a lot of I really have to have that drive to, like, to make this career happen, because I don't know, I feel like there's some people out there who think if like they just draw and like, I don't know, they'll somehow like magically get picked to work on like Nightwing or something. I don't know.
All
Like,
right.
and it's like not posting anything, not like, I don't know, like reaching out to anyone, not networking. And
Mm.
yeah, I mean, you got to do that for sure. At least in my opinion. Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely a positive thing when it comes to networking, just to make sure that you're out there showcasing your work and stuff. And that's exactly how I found you, right? Because you're on Twitter, and I was like, wait a minute, hey, oh wow, whoa, look at this stuff, this is awesome. And then it sort of started drawing my interest, and then looking that you worked at Dark Horse. We've talked with people from Dark Horse before, so it's just like, oh wow, this is cool. So yeah, that's definitely a positive thing to do, is to network and stuff like that.
Mhm.
I do have a question also. As you started in your career and you're learning and growing and stuff like that, have you um, what are some of the positives that you've gained out of drawing uh, art for comics and stuff like that?
Um, I think positives would be like definitely a really good community. Like, um, yeah, there's some like toxic creators or fans or whatever, but there's like actually surprisingly little of them compared to like the people who are like, oh, nice work, and then I say, well, your work is awesome too, and then everyone's happy, like
Yeah.
it's a good energy, I feel, that the comics community has. So I'm really happy to be a part of it, because I think before that, like I wasn't part of any community, which I was fine with, but like it's nice. It's nice to be part of this like supportive community, where we can, just have a good time and share art and share stories, and just lift each other up. And it's like, it's really nice. I love it.
Awesome.
Any mentors that you have met during the way, or people that you looked up to? You're like, oh my god, I can't believe I met this person. I've been reading their stuff forever.
Yeah. So a couple, like I mentioned before, Will Sliney, he's been great. Uh, I recently got like a Funko Pop, and I sent it to him all the way in Ireland to have him sign for me. And he looked over my stuff when I was first getting started, and he signed stuff for me in the past. And I've met him at New York Comic Con, and he's really nice. And um, he's working on, what is he working on now? Like Star Wars, but like for the new hotel in Florida, the new Star Cruiser
Uh-huh.
um kind of ones. But yeah, like he was great. And then I love the artist Bengal. I love him so much. And recently, like, we started to like talk and stuff, and we're like, I don't know, I don't want to like presume anything, but I feel like we're becoming friends. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, I'm just so excited and so happy because I've been a huge fan of his for a very long time. And now, and I totally gushed to him. I was like, okay, your work is really good. I've been following it for a long time, and I just can't believe how good it is. You're not real. You're just a computer that makes all its crazy art, and you can't be a real person. But he is. But so yeah, I mean, those are some of my like kind of like biggest influences, and well, more so Will was like a little bit of a mentor to me in the beginning, especially. So
Mm.
yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. That's good to hear. And as you're, meeting these folks and they're showing their work, and I'm sure you're just like as excited when they, "Yeah, your work is really good," right? You just get to that next level. You're just like, can't
Yeah.
believe it, right? Hit that
Yeah.
plateau. Um, yeah, as you, is there any characters that you prefer to work on? Some of your favorites, I guess, in the industry,
Um,
like
like
drawing.
professionally
Yeah,
or
yeah, is there like in the throughout all the comic book industry, are there any characters that you just love to draw, that are your favorites?
uh yeah, I think so. Like Jeff the Landshark, because I don't know if you see my recent posts, but like
Yes.
they're very Jeff obsessed kind of posts. I love Jeff. It would be so cool to draw him one day.
Mm.
And I like King Shark as well. I like sharks that live on land.
There you
Um,
go.
and I just posted up a small silly 3-page sequential today with like Orca from DC in it. Again, another sea creature that lives on the, I don't know. It's a theme. It's a weird theme with me. I don't know. I think they're just super adorable, and I would love to like do a book with them because I don't know. I mean, everyone else can do Batman or Wonder Woman or something, but I just want to draw Jeff, and treat
There
him.
you go. Yeah, I saw the Kate Bishop one with the baby shark. That was awesome, and I was like, "Oh, look at that! That's so cute." But it looked really good, though. It's like, wow! It's like I need to share this in my Facebook group for people so they could take a look at it. I'm definitely going to do that.
Oh, thank
Yeah,
you.
I gotta say, I love the way that you interpret King Shark and the way that you make him look. I mean, he looks friendly, like cartoony, and that's really cool. To take such a predator and make them look like they could just be hugged. Like it looks like you go
Yeah.
up to your character and hug him. He looks
Yeah,
so cool. I really like it. And then I saw your Venom Behance, and I thought that was like amazing too. I was like, oh my god, this looks really good. Like your art is I don't know, the style of it appeals to me a lot. I like that it's got like this friendly feel, colorful feel,
hmm,
and it has emotions too at the same time. It's not just like something on paper that looks cartoony. Like there's emotions, there's colors, there's it's just epic. So yeah,
yeah,
you're amazing, man.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Uh, I really, definitely try to give it that lighter feel because I mean, I feel like drawing something like depressing and like making it look depressing is just depressing, you know?
Mhm.
So as or something's like super serious, like The Walking Dead. I mean, I love the comics, but
Mhm.
I don't know if I could ever like work on it as long as who is the artist that replaced Tony?
Not sure. Dead. Do you know?
Charlie Adlard, was it? Charlie?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't. We'll have to look it up.
Yeah.
We'll get
We'll find out.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
yeah.
he was on there for a while, and um I don't know if I could stick it out that long just because um a very like kind of darker book, just like a darker book, you know.
Right. Yeah.
And
Yeah. People been bashing their heads with with baseball bats, stuff like that.
yeah, yeah, dark.
It's kind of dark. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm always drawn to the when I walk into a comic book store. I mean, I have my favorites, of course. Like I love stuff by Image. I love stuff by DC. I love stuff by Marvel, and I like a lot of the major franchises that everybody knows about. But sometimes I like looking at that like smaller indie rack or like the Walt Disney stuff and the IDW because it's like cartoony,
Mhm.
and that's actually how I found Jeremy Whitley stuff, and I was like, "Whoa, this looks really cool." I found the Sea of Thieves stuff he did for Xbox, and
Yeah.
then his Prince list. I was like, "Whoa, this is amazing stuff." So yeah, I'm just drawn to your art. It's just calls to
Yes.
me.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've been
thank
sharing
you.
it, and everybody's like, "Who is this?" I was like, "Oh man, here you go."
You don't know who I am? Excuse me.
You don't know exactly.
Um, but yeah, thank you. I appreciate that you're sharing it and that you guys like my stuff. Like it's always nice to hear. Always nice to hear because like every day, like, as an artist, you know, we have that kind of like vibe to us where we're always just like, oh, I don't know if I'm good enough and stuff. And that's definitely me, like sitting here going, I can't draw, and just like staring at my screen, and instead of drawing, just like putting my head down and stuff and being like I can't draw. I don't know what I'm gonna do because like I obviously cannot draw. Uh, but yeah, so I appreciate whenever, people reach out and they're like, "Hey, your stuff isn't actually like garbage," and I'm like, "Thank you." Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I will say this: if you had posters of your stuff, my whole room would be filled up with your artwork all across the walls because I could live in that kind of art. So it just don't worry, you definitely could
Prince.
draw.
I have Prince. Yeah.
Yeah.
You definitely could draw. Have you? I know sometimes being an artist, you have your artists that are very like they draw always serious and dark, or mysterious or horror stuff, and then there's some that just draw cartoon style, or I forget what the term was for a while, like Cal Art style, like Teen Titans and all that. So what do you mix genres or do you say towards one genre of art?
Like do I change up my style, or like do I like to draw like horror and like comedy or something?
Do you ever, I guess maybe the better word be like experiment trying different styles and then seeing if you like it or not?
Um, I think, yeah, I mean, people have asked, well, let me, I've drawn Agretsuko, which is still cartoony, but I definitely had to kind of change how I worked and change the look of my stuff in order to meet their like strict character guides, which had this like chunky kind of like uniform line look to it.
Mhm.
Um, so I mean, I changed within a cartoony kind of like realm. Um, but I don't think I could like ever draw like Jim Lee or something, you know. Maybe if I really put my mind to it, but I just feel like it's definitely a different way of thinking.
Mhm.
Um, and I mean, I'm open to trying different things. Like I've tried like 3D sculpting and I've tried um a little bit of animation. And I mean, so a style wouldn't be like super difficult to figure out, I think.
Mhm.
But um I don't have the time. I just like it's like projects.
Right.
So I can't experiment too much. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's okay.
Yeah, because you have your stuff going right now. I guess whenever
Yeah.
you have time, you just like, well, do I really want to spend my time trying to change a style, right? Trying to fit a
Right,
right,
exactly.
try to fit a square in a round, hole or something. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's definitely totally up to sort of the artist and how they prepare themselves and what they're trying to do. Everyone has their own individual styles, and that's what's so great about comics. Is because not everything is the same. And once things start being the same all the time, it's like for me, it's like no, I need something fresh. I need something different, uh,
Mhm.
or I need colors and depending on the mood, right? It can't be dark all the time.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, so it's
Yeah.
awesome.
So I know in when you do a comic project, there's usually there's different roles like the inker, the colorist, the artist, the editor, the letterer. Like there's so many different roles. So when you get a project, which roles do you typically take on within that project?
Typically, it's right. Just like artists kind of roles. So like line art or more more so like fully colored art.
Mm,
So the lines and the colors and pencils and stuff. For Rangers, so I take on all the roles basically.
mm,
Except for editing. But yeah, yeah, just so typically I'm more of an artist than anything else. Like,
yeah,
yeah.
it's awesome. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
thank you.
Yeah. Are
So
you? Go ahead,
oh, I was
Carlos.
just gonna say, I was just gonna ask. So you do your own colors as well when you typically take on? That's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
That's really cool because not a lot do that from what we talked to.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
know. I felt like I would stand a better chance of like breaking in if I took on more roles because I tried to just be like a inker before and I tried to just be like a penciler. I just didn't feel right. Like it
Mhm.
wasn't enough. And it wouldn't separate me from anyone really.
Yeah.
Um, and I think this does, even though it's more work. But
Yeah.
yeah,
It's awesome work, right?
thank you.
That's a good thing. Have you dabbled into any writing at all? Have you thought about any of that? And also, have you um, do you have characters that are on sort of on the back burner that you want to create of your own? You don't have to tell me any that you may be releasing or anything like that, but
Right.
are there? Have you thought of any of that stuff, writing and creating your own characters?
I have. I mean, I've created them, and I've written them, and they're in my Dark Horse series, Rangers of the Divide, where like I take on basically all the roles and like
Mhm.
writer, penciler, inker, colorist, and I also letter it. So um, yeah, it's definitely something I thought about, and it's definitely something I enjoy. And um, first arc is wrapped, so second arc is in progress right now. Yeah,
Nice, nice. So you said you've done that for Rangers of the Divide. That
yeah,
that
yeah.
that series. So you heard it here, folks. She's done it all. Right?
Yes.
Rangers of the Divide. Go see it. Go get it. Go pick up that comic. Go read it.
I mean, yeah, guys, get out there, go buy
Yeah.
it.
Go buy it. Yeah. Yes. Yes. That's awesome. See, I would say that's rare,
Mhm.
because it is, but that's awesome. I've always wondered if people would be able to take on that huge role. And of course, there's depending on how much work you have, and some people are like Alex Ross's of the world. They can he just does great art.
Mhm.
I'm not sure if he writes much, but yeah, that's awesome, to see, and hear that you're taking on all that stuff. So that's cool.
Thank you. Yeah. It's a lot, but it's fun. It's keeps me busy.
It's your passion, right?
Yeah,
If
exactly.
you love what you're doing, it's not really a job. It's just like well, it is a job because
Right.
it pays it pays your rent and or a house or mortgage or whatever, puts food on your plate and all that other good stuff. But yeah, it's you love what you're doing. It's your passion, so it's great.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, people ask me sometimes, they um go, okay, whenever you're not drawing, what do you like to do? And it's like, I mean, yeah, I do other stuff, but I don't know, I just kind of like, I feel like that kind of takes away from how much I love my work, and I don't think people understand that you can like, some people don't understand that there's actually jobs out there that you can work, like earn money at and also love, so um, that that kind of like, when I get asked that question, I kind of get a little bit annoyed. I'm like, um, I do. When I'm done drawing pages, I do some fan arts. I don't know. Like that's what I do in my free time.
Like, are you meaning like, do I eat dinner or do I eat breakfast?
Yeah,
Yeah, I do all that stuff just like
yeah,
you.
yeah,
I watch
basically.
TV shows, yeah,
Yeah.
just like you. I have a Netflix subscription, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Uh, that's
How
awesome.
long, especially in the project that you just talked about, where you did like basically almost everything on it? How long does a project like that take?
Um, Obviously depends on like the amount of issues. But Ranger's first arc took like a little over a year, I think, for 4 issues,
Oh,
um, of like 28 pages per issue. That's
Yeah,
that's what they let me have, and that was, yeah, it wasn't too bad. I think it was a reasonable amount of time, and
yeah,
yeah. So I mean, I think for that series specifically, that's the amount of time. But it does vary, I think, from project to project, just because they're all different, So
nice.
yeah.
okay. Uh, Another question I had for you was, I know that when I've spoken to some people in the industry in the past, sometimes like when you're an artist, sometimes you have a favorite, writer, or a writer that likes you and sends you projects, right? And it builds up this kind of like relationship. Do you have relationships like that in the industry, where do people specifically ask for you?
Um, I think yeah, I think so. It like writers understandably work with a lot of people, so they're not always asking for me and stuff, but there's been some, nice people who've reached out, um like for me to work on stuff with them, some more than once. So there's Matthew Ehrman, who's done Witch Blood and Good Luck for Boom.
Mm,
And yeah, he's really nice and he wants to do stuff together. And I mean, I'm not opposed to it at all. Like he's really talented. So there's him. There's I think, well, he was more of an editor, but like Ryan Caddy or Katie, I don't know how to pronounce names.
mm.
But
No
he
worries.
reached out for me to work on like All Time Low's Young Renegades book, graphic novel. Um, and he was like, "Oh, I've been following her for a long time. And I like it, and I hope you would want to work on this." And I was like, "Definitely, you're so nice, thank you." And he's like, "You're nice," and Yeah, it's the community thing again. A good
That's awesome.
community. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really great.
Yeah.
Is there uh, any secrets you want to share to the up and coming artists that are coming and breaking into the industry, trying to learn? Is there anything you want to share to them?
Um, sure. I think really like pushing your art to people, like networking is important, like I mentioned at the beginning. I think like I said, I don't think you can get work really just by like making your art and just keeping it all to yourself, or like
Mm-hmm.
not reaching out to to publishers or editors or even writers, even other artists actually. So I
Mm-hmm.
think it's really important to network. It's really important to draw often and practice and improve. Because I mean, I definitely don't want to ever feel like I've plateaued. I always want to get better. And then based on that, I think, I mean, my theory is like you'll get more work if you keep growing and keep networking, and it never stops either. Like you have to keep asking for work as a freelancer at least.
Yeah.
So you can't get too comfortable. Um, so there is that hustle there for sure. Yeah.
Yes. Awesome. Awesome. We've been interviewing a few folks, and I think we're going to add this to our interviews questions, Carlo. It's we asked about pizza when we interviewed Sal.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
That was pretty cool. I heard you've been in New York. So what is? I was going to ask you what your favorite pizza is. Who has better pizza, Chicago or New York or whatever. But we'll say, what is your favorite food? What do you like to eat?
Yeah, I'm in Canada, so I wouldn't know the
All right.
pizza. But
Yeah.
my favorite food, I love soup. In
Ooh.
general, there are soups that are better than others, for sure. So I love like pho or pho, whichever
Mhm, mhm.
pronunciation you want to go with,
Yeah.
and it's just so good. I was thinking about ordering some tonight. Probably won't though, because Uber Eats is super expensive.
Yeah.
But I do love my pho.
Mhm.
It's so good.
Spicy or non-spicy? What's the spice? What's your spice level on that?
No, no spice, no spice.
Non-spicy.
Maybe a little bit depending on the food.
Mhm.
But like for pho or pho or whatever, like
Yeah.
no spice.
No
Yeah.
spice. Awesome. There you go.
Mhm.
As we're gonna wrap things up here in a few minutes, but I just wanted to give you an opportunity to share where people can find you. On the interwebs. Your Instagram, your Twitters, your what site was that? That was your Ko-fi. Is it Ko-fi? Did I get it right?
Coffee, I think it's
Yeah,
KO
yeah,
dash
Ko-fi.
Yeah,
coffee.
Yeah, Kofi. Or is it? I don't know how to pronounce that. Is it Kofi or Kofi? I don't guess. I
I
don't
think
know.
it might be Kofi or
Kofi.
coffee, or I think they might be going for coffee just because of like the whole
Doesn't really. Yeah.
coffee setup. I don't know, like to buy some coffee. I don't.
Nice one. Awesome. Yeah, go ahead and share where people can find you, and if there's, we'll let you sort of take over this segment right here, like
Oh wait,
what projects. Go
I
ahead.
had
Go ahead.
some questions to interrupt you with, Paris, real
Oh
quick.
yes. Yeah.
So, okay, I know that maybe you're in Canada and pizza might not be like the biggest thing for
Mhm.
you. But when you do get pizza, do you order with pineapples or no pineapples?
No pineapple because that's
Oh,
ridiculous.
yes,
There we go. Yeah.
Mm,
yes.
And
yeah.
you have your cheer thing.
Oh, yeah, I do. I think it's like I think the cheer thing on the soundboard is like 2 minutes long now
Oh, okay.
for the
So it's
for the
gonna be
podcast. So,
yeah.
So no, yeah, there we go. Pineapples, no pineapples. You're no pineapples. Awesome.
Yeah.
yeah, that's good.
Nice, nice. Yeah, are there any projects that you can share? That you're working on, and then working people find you and find some of your wonderful art.
Okay. Um, so yeah, Rangers of the Divide um is gonna come out uh in graphic novel form, like a collected edition in on December 22nd, so they can
Nice.
pre-order that if they want. Um, I'm other projects I'm working on, I can't really talk about. But I do have a little bit of Star Wars like story like color work I've done and another cover I did for IDW before Star Wars
Mhm.
moved to Dark Horse. And
Okay.
yeah, so I mean there's not a lot I feel like coming out right now, but there's a lot in progress.
Okay.
Um Social media wise, people can find me at Megan Huang, so HUANG 5 for Twitter and Instagram. They're the same handles. You can look me up on Facebook as well. It shouldn't be too hard to find. I mean, I know there's a lot of like me's out there, but like there's only one that's worked at Dark Horse. I don't know. I don't know. Uh, uh, and yeah, like the Kofi coffee, Kofi, whatever, uh, can be found in links in my social media. I don't really know the exact like link right now, but yeah, it's right there with the social media kind of stuff in my portfolio and all that. So yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome. Yeah, we'll
we'll put
add
it down.
your add all your links. Go ahead, Carlos. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, if somebody was to walk in a comic store right now and they
hmm
wanted to see some of your stuff, where would you direct them to? What titles or what shelves?
hmm I think it would be, more young adults kind of section. Um, Definitely, I've done quite a like not a huge amount, but quite a bit in my opinion so far for like IDW. So, looking for IDW stuff, like you could look there, and Dark Horse as well. But yeah, definitely a lot of like young adult, even children's kind of stuff, younger readers kind of stuff. But I think most of my stuff can be consumed by adults as well. So yeah, like anyone can read it.
Oh,
Awesome.
and I know Paris. I had just have so many questions that I just want to ask. Because Megan's awesome. So I'm sorry, Megan, but I have a question for you, and I hope it's not taking too much of your time up. I wanted
Sure.
to ask you. I noticed that your profile says gamer as well.
hmm
So, any favorite franchises? Any games that you've grown up with that you love?
Um, yeah. There's some I've grown up with that like don't have any foreseeable sequels like Uncharted and stuff, and I can't really play Halo anymore because I'm more like a PS4 person now.
Mhm.
But I really enjoyed Halo uh growing up as well. But I really like, those PlayStation exclusive kind of titles, like um Horizon Zero Dawn and The Last of Us and Infamous and stuff. Like those are all really, fun titles to play.
Nice. We're
And
gonna have to figure out a way to get you back over on the Halo side because we can.
yeah. Oh yeah, Xbox. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah. I was like
Paris is excellent.
Trying to
But
figure out a way to get you back over because the Halo Infinite, the campaign releases December 8th, and
okay.
the multiplayer is active now. So, and you can play on PC, you can play on cloud, you can play on console. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
so
now for
re-
DM from
really,
me.
really awesome game titles there actually that you mentioned. I love Last of Us. I love the stories that PlayStation creates for some of their first party studio titles. I think they're amazing. And
hmm
there's things on Xbox I love too as well. And there's one really cool thing that if you you may have invested in the PS5, PS4 ecosystem, so it's hard to switch over or come back to something. But Xbox now has Game Pass, and Game Pass allows you to play, like, you could just pick up your phone
Mhm.
and you could, for example, like a controller like this, like just a controller with a clip, and you could
Mhm.
sit there and you can play hundreds. I think some the counters like over 490, I want to say, Game Pass games with Game Pass Ultimate on the cloud. So, and there's no latency. It's pretty fast on Wi-Fi, or if you have 5G. So if you ever just felt the urge to play Halo and you wanted people to play with, we're here for you. We got your back, Spartan 117. So I mean, there's always a possibility you can come back and just, on your phone. It doesn't even have to be the system. You can just be like, okay, I'll jump in Halo a couple matches, and I'm not drawing right now and I'm kind of bored, and then I'll go back to drawing in 5 minutes. You know,
I yeah, I mean, I liked Xbox, except I don't know, like, you guys need more exclusives. You need more like I don't know, like, you
It's the
have
first
Gears of
part things.
War, you have Halo, and I remember Quantum Break when like the Xbox One first came out.
oh yeah.
Um, but like, you need so many more. I would totally buy them. I would totally.
Well, just some that you could always try in XCloud is Forza Horizon 5. That's
Hmm.
out. You got Halo Infinite coming out. The single player story as well. You got
Psychonauts 2. Psychonauts
Microsoft
2.
Psychonauts 2, Microsoft Flight Simulator, and there's going to be one title that I think you might like a lot because I'm drawn to the art on it and I'm drawn to your art, so maybe you'll like it.
Hmm.
Fable when it comes out. That is
Fable.
going to make it a
Is that
lot. It's
is that
going to
based on
be
the comic or?
it's going to be like no, it's not the
Oh,
DC
okay.
Fables Black Label, but it's going to be a reboot of the Fable series, and the art that has been shown for that game so far is just mind blowing. It's cartoonish, but yet it's got like it's cartoonish but yet serious. Like the
Hmm.
graphical designer, so it looks really cool, and I'm wondering if you'll like it. So when that comes out, I got to know if you like it.
Okay, I'll take a look for sure.
Awesome. Well, Megan, thank you for your time. It's been awesome to talk to you about your art and your favorite foods and all that good stuff.
No pineapple on pizza. I love that.
Pineapple
Yeah,
pizza.
me too.
Uh, you got a little bit of gamer in you also, so that's cool. So yeah, good luck the rest of the way. We'll be watching, and we'll definitely looking to share out your art, and definitely will purchase some of it. So
Oh, thank
congratulations.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Awesome.
thank
might
you.
I might wear a shirt at the next Fanboy Expo here in Orlando and be like, Megan's art is amazing. Go buy it. You know. Now that
I
Paris
mean,
has shown it to me, because I didn't see it before, and then Paris showed it to me, and I was like, oh wow, this is really cool stuff.
yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to that. Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
All right.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Megan. Really enjoyed talking to you. Hope that you come back on in the future.
Oh yeah.
Um, Talk about maybe future projects that you can't talk about now, and um, yeah, that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Awesome.
For sure.
And maybe a little bit of Halo as well. Halo as
No, no,
well.
no. I mean, okay, okay. Like since then, Xbox. I think is it Series S, X, or what's the new one?
There's
Series
two. There's
X.
Series S and Series X.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
don't. Yeah. Um, like I mean, since those came out, I would definitely, you know, probably try for an Xbox One, like with all the stuff they have,
Hmm.
which is like probably cheaper now.
Yeah.
Mm. No?
No, no, because
No.
here's what happened with all the supply constraints, right? For some reason, the older consoles, even the PS3, has skyrocketed in price.
Oh.
So it's a lot cheaper if you actually find the actual retail console, like the Series S or the Series X. It's a lot cheaper.
What?
Um,
Okay.
yeah, Series S, I think in America is 299. I don't know what the Canadian price is. Might be a little bit more. But that one is more abundant and easier to get. It just doesn't have a disk drive, and
Mm,
it's like this big. It's not even that big, and it's very powerful. It's got a lot of great features, 1440p, like 2K, I believe. Um, yeah, so that's the one that you'd probably want to go for because it'd be cheaper. GameStop by me sells the Xbox One, the Scorpio edition, almost for like
mhm.
$500,
Okay.
which
Oh
is
wow.
insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, like I would definitely, I I'm not saying, like, because I know we have some Xbox fans here or people who work for them, and I'm not saying I would never, play it or like, well, PS4 is better or something or PlayStation is better.
Right.
But like, yeah, I mean, I just haven't gotten around to getting back into it ever since the 360 actually. So,
It's
um,
it's okay. I got the DualShock right here as well, and I got the PS5 in the other room. I
nice.
have like every system, so I'm not just a super fanboy of one.
Yeah.
I just like stories, and games tell great stories, and I'm
Yeah.
obsessed with all video. I still go back to Game Boy. I still play Game Boy. So,
Nice.
All
well,
right.
thank you very much. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. It was amazing talking to you. You're really cool, and I hope when those other projects drop or are about to be announced, you can come back on and talk about them, and we
Mhm.
can and I can show off some of your Venom art then because I love your Venom art too. I think
Oh,
that's the next
thank
thing I want
you.
to show off is your Venom stuff.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
Awesome. All right.
Well, talk to you
Right.
later, Megan, and
Yeah.
have an awesome weekend.
Yeah, you guys have an awesome weekend too, okay?
Thank you.
No problem. Bye.
Bye.